Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to the first teaching update of the academic year, the first one since June 10th, the one that got over 20,000 views and 7,000 likes. Thank you very much for that. I'm very excited to be starting another academic year. This is my final semester before getting teaching credentials. I should have it in December, a full math credential. So I'm starting this teaching update a week early because again, school starts next week. Today, I helped out at the student orientation and I YouTubed afterward, but the beginning didn't really turn out well, so that's what I'm doing here, and enjoy the rest of the story. And I was also part of the Spirit Tunnel for the first time, and that reminded me of my student orientation over there 15 years ago, a decade and a half ago, when things were more mellow, and today there was like more cheer and music and games and such. At the end there was a scavenger hunt. I'm like, if only they had that back in 2007. But I got to help out a lot of students in direction, like where to go. A lot of them had the same classes and teachers that I had. There's even a student that walked by and said, "Hey, I know you." I'm like, "Newport Heights Elementary?" He said, "No, YouTube." I'm like, "Okay, thanks." Yeah, there's a few other students that figured out that I was a YouTuber, so they said that they would follow. I said, "I appreciate the support." At the end, I got to share with the principal that I got to be in Newsweek and Spectrum News over the summer, along with a few other radio and magazine articles around the world. So I got to share that I get to mention Ensign, and what's most important is that I'm helping people around the world, so she really admired that. And yesterday was my first faculty meeting from about 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a break in between, and that night I was at a board meeting at the headquarters in the district office for NMUSD, and that was like 2 hours and 25 minutes. I got to see a lot of people who work at the district that I haven't seen in several years, and they were all amazed to see me again. And then last week I was here August 12th. The students came and got registered, so I helped with student registration. I talked to my master teacher a couple of times, and we're getting the first couple of weeks planned, and I'm already going to be teaching a unit starting in Unit 2 toward the end of the week, so that should be very fun. And there are also talks that I could help teach or co-teach another class, a Math 8 class, so 8th grade math, for either 1st and or 8th period. So I'm like, sign me up right there. It is finally Monday, August 22nd, 2022, and it's the first day of school for Newport-Mesa Unified School District. I mean, when I was a student, it was always the day after Labor Day, but I'm glad that it's finally here, and I'm about to go in for my advanced student teaching semester. Okay, so day number 1 is completed, and it was an excellent day. 4 periods with my master teacher, and then I got to observe a Math 7 teacher on what he does for his first day. 2nd and 3rd period are the enhanced math classes. 4th and 7th are the AVID classes. I'm going to start teaching the enhanced math classes this week, and a lot of students remembered me from last year and recognized me, and I got to see a whole bunch of other people whose first day of middle school is today. And I remember my first day of middle school, Tuesday, September 4th, 2007. So I might be able to know how some people are feeling about their first day of middle school. And this concludes another amazing week at Ensign. The first week at Ensign, today was actually the first lesson that I got to teach for 2 periods, and it was great. We also had an assembly. We had a motivational speaker, Keith Hawkins, and I've heard of him before. I've seen him on YouTube, so it was great to see him and hear him in person. And I do gotta get this out. People mistaken me as the mailman, including today as well as last year, but today a 7th grader asked me, "Are you an 8th grader?" And I'm like, "No, I'm a student teacher." So I'm like, boy, that kind of made my day. It kind of gave me a laugh. So, and it took me about 2/3 of the year, but I'm actually now wearing a backpack instead of carrying a whole bunch of books and folders and papers and clipboards and all that. I'm like, sure, why don't I just put everything in a backpack? So I'm just starting this today. In fact, I got this backpack 13 years ago come August 29th. In a few days, I got it on a game show. Well, again, this concludes the first week. I am happy to be making these again. I hope that they're enjoyable, and I will see you in the next update.